Hello friends, we are back again with our pharmacy management system, and today in today's tutorial I want us to continue implementing the invoices. So after invoices, I'm planning that we can now move to fully implement the other part which is remaining. Then that is after invoices I want us now to fully implement purchases. Okay, yeah, so we passed we in our system we had already implemented this stock, and you can see we are remaining with one part for the batch ID. So this one I promise that before we finish this project we are going to work on it. But before we implement the purchases, which is very important, we need first of all to implement the invoices, because when we will be selling, that's when we will be making purchases, we will need the invoice number, which we are going to refer from the table invoices. Okay, so without wasting time, let us start seeing what are the fields that we need for the table invoice. Okay, we start by creating our table as usual. So you can watch this video carefully, and you can sit down always with your pen and a book so that you can plan when we are writing these tables, because I expect you to think beyond this. This my tutorial is to give you tips and basic on what you are supposed to be doing step by step, and in your later time you can also sit to build a big database or something that is bigger than what we have learned in class. All right, so sit down always prepared to write your table. So to create a new table, our table we are going to call invoices. Okay, so let's give it name invoices, and then we are going to need like 10 fields here. So that is, we add like 6. Let's click that, and then we have the first one is ID. We put it not auto increment, and this is the primary field. Then we will need the customer ID. We are going to store customer ID so that we'll know which customer made the purchase. Okay, customer ID, like that. And then we will need invoice date, invoice date, invoice date. We'll need invoice date. We will need total amount. Yeah, so we need the total amount. That is amount made purchase made on the invoice. Total amount. We will need total discounts. Okay, sometimes there are discounts which are made, so we'll just leave the discount to be flat rate. In our next project, maybe we'll see how we can work both the percentage and the fixed. Okay, so this one we are just going to work with a fixed. So it is total discount, and then we have tax. We need to cater for the tax, VAT. Sometimes we have medicines which are vatable, we have those which are not vatable, so you may need that. Then we have net total. So net total field for storing the total amount after tax and discounts have been calculated. Then we have is deleted, created at, and then updated at. Those two importance. Then let's assign type. So we have customer ID. We are going to assign it as integer. That is okay. Okay. Let's assign this as varchar. Then we put it 255 because sometimes it can be big. We make it null. Then we have this one varchar as well. Invoice date cannot be varchar, but date and time. Let's put it date and time. Then we put in null. Okay. Then we have total amount. I'm gonna give it varchar 255 null. Then we have total discount, also varchar. Okay, 255 null. We have tax varchar 255 null. Okay, then we have a net total varchar 255 null. Okay, sorry, what is happening? Okay, null. Then we have is deleted. We are going to use as usual tiny int null. Date and time, date time, we put it null. Okay, so when you are done with this one, you realize that everything is okay. Then we hit save. Okay, so we have our table invoices ready. So you can see we have how many fields? 10 fields. Okay, so this one is what we are now going to implement into our controllers and model. So the second thing that we need to do is to create our table model. Okay, so our table model, we are going to call it invoice model. We are going to call that invoice model. Okay, so let's create invoices model. I think that is the best name that we can use. So we come here, let's just let's delete let's close all this. So not about deleting, you can delete all of your projects. So let's create the table model by using our terminal. So we come php artisan make model. So this one, this time around, is called invoices model, like that. Okay, and then enter. So we have invoices model in created already, ready to use. So this one, so let's take one of the models which were already created here, and then we use this function here. Okay, can use this one, we import it. Then we can also use Harst function. Then we can also call this one, which is very important. Let's just copy everything here because we will need them. Yeah, we just need up to there, and then we paste it here. Okay, we paste it there. So here we call our table is called invoices. What was the name of our table? You come back and check. It was called invoices. Yeah, we have it here, up here. So we are okay with this. So then we come to get this from invoices. Okay, invoices. Yeah, I think that is all about our table, our model. And then now the next, we are going to create our controller. Okay, so let's create our controller. We come to artisan php artisan, then make controller. Let's call it we are going to call it invoices controller. Okay, invoices controller. Yeah, like that. Then you enter. So invoices controller is created. We have it here, invoices controller created here. Okay, so after that, then we are going to implement our sidebar. Okay, let's just move these things step by step. So we have controller, we have the model, we are going to the sidebar, and then we are going to routes, that is urls. So in our sidebar, we are also going to create, after stocks, we are going to create the invoices. Which order is best? Yeah, I think after stock we put invoices, then we are going to put the sales. Okay, so let's put here in invoices. Yes, so we have invoices. So this is our url, the list url. So you come with it on the web.php, and let's say invoices, or it can be orders, whatever. I like, and then we put here that URL. Okay, so here we are going to, instead we are going to use the invoices controller which we have created there. Okay, so we have the invoices controller. Okay, then let's put here, can call it list. So here we can say admin, admin, invoices, invoices, then we say create. Okay, so let's just use this add, and then we come to the next. So let's import this, the reason why we are seeing error, so let's just import that. So we come, we put invoices controller, so the error is gone. We are going to, we have add, we have the store, we have store, and let's copy these ones and come and paste it here. So we are just going to change these details step by step. Something is not going well, so let me just come back to where we are. So all these things, so this is going to be invoices controller. Yeah, so we copy that, we replace the medicine controller, place everything to invoices controller. Okay. So this is done. Now the next thing we need to implement our controller. So we have medicine controller. This one we don't need now, we just need the invoice controller. We just remove that and we bring the invoice controller here. Okay, so here we are going to use this model. So let's just take anything like an import from this one and we bring it here. Let's bring it to invoices model. We say use, sorry, I'm doing it the wrong side, it's not supposed to be there but it's supposed to be here. So we say use invoices model. Okay, so that one is ready to be used, and now what we are coming to do is we start writing step by step these classes and then we implement the list. So before that, let's first of all write this list. So we come to our invoice model and then we say public class, actually public class list, and then we put this. So let's remove this one. Okay, we don't need that one. So we have return view, and let's just take any controller like medicine. We come to list here, we get this. Okay, we close that one, we come, we paste it here. Okay, so we have header list, then we pass data, like that. Okay, so here instead we are going to have invoices list. So that is our header. Okay, now we are just almost done with this, and then we create the folder called invoices. In the admin folder, with admin folder here, there we create new folder, and we put that, then we create these three files here. Okay, so bring them in the invoices folder, so paste that. Now we have add, edit, delete. So let's come here and remove the for else function. We remove the for else because we don't need to get the errors, and then now we need to populate those fields. So let's first of all change the titles here. We call it invoices. For the customers, we change it to invoices. Add new, we can say add new invoice. Every day we can come with new style, add new invoice. Okay, so this one is invoices. So that we are done with the pattern for add, and yeah, ensure that we have this included message file for error. Then let's write this step by step. So we have created this, we have the customer ID. So the first one, we say customer name. We have invoice date, invoice date. Then we have email, not email, but we have total amount, total amount. Then we have total discount, total discount. Then we have tax, tax. Then we have net total. Okay, after tax we have grand total actually. Then we have is deleted, created at, updated at. So all these are the fields that we need. Okay, so those are the table title that we will need. So when we come to our system and we refresh this, we get invoices. So let's sign in, and then we get invoices. When you click invoices here, it takes us to add invoice. So this should change to invoice lists, not customer list. This one is changing to invoice list. Okay, so we are done with the list page. So what we need to do is now to implement add. Okay, I don't want this video to be longer, but I can see we are still on time. So let me just create the add button. Okay, so add button is let's put on the add. So we come to add, so we need to implement this step by step. Please watch this thing carefully. So before we come to our add there, we need just to create the class for add. Okay, so we need to create that class add, which when we call the button, it makes the blade to pop up. Sorry, we need to put here add. Okay, so here we are going to put data, just the same thing here, just copy, paste it, then title, let's return add, but title for this one need to be add new invoice. Okay, add new invoice. So invoices, add, it's already there. Okay, so it is ready to call this. So what we need to put there is we need just to ensure that the add is what we have there. So let me just copy this. Okay, we can just come here and then we ensure that these titles are changed to add invoice. Then here we say we put invoices, create, then post. Then here we say is customer name. Customer name. So customer name, we are using the select because it is not we are going to use the select. Okay, so that means that we are coming back to our controller where we have placed the add, so we get the records from the from the customer model which we had here. Okay, so we had the customer model. Let me just open for you so that you see we had this customer model. So we had this get record here which is fetching this. So let's write that one. So we come back to our invoice controller. Okay, and then here we add another value, data. So here we call it let me give it a name of okay, I think I can give it just get record like that. Then here we put um no, we don't need to put that. We just need to put the invoices, not invoices model, but we need to put customer model. Okay, customer model, we have it here, customer model. And then what we are going to get from the customer model is get record. Okay, so we have data, we get record, customers model, get record. Okay, that is what we had. So just a bit, let me just save that. Then we have already passed the data down there, so we don't have worry. So what we need to import is this customer model up here. Oh, it's already imported to us automatically. Okay, so that is fine. So now after that, let me see what we're going to do. That is already done. So let's just come back to our add. So we are going to implement this as select. Okay, so let's just implement that as select. We'll just have to remove that, and instead we are going to use let's use select. We need just another thing. Okay, select. Let me put this. So we have customer, we have select customer ID. Okay, and option select customer, that is what we put first, and then we are going to use let me just remove this, keep on repeating itself. Then let's use for each. Okay, yeah, we are going to use for each. So we use instead of customers, our case we have said get record. Okay, get record as value. Okay, so get record as value, and then we say option a value is equal to ID, then value is equal to name. So from the table customer, we are going to get the name. Okay, so we close select. let me just let me remove everything here, then we are going to fix that again. Let me just remove everything there, save this, and then I refresh. Okay, let me refresh this so you can see that customer, we are finding customers who are available here. Come to our customer table. Here we have those 4 customers, you can see them. Okay, so that is what we are doing. All right, so let's continue with implementation. Then the next one is invoice date. As per our database, we have customer ID, then invoice date. Okay, so let's sorry. Okay, so we don't have invoice number, but we have invoice date. So let's just cut out this. That one, if you like, you can put in your case. So here name is invoice date, so that is okay. It's okay. Then we have everything fine. Then we are going to put the total amount. Okay, so let's use this name as total amount. Let me see, we have total amount, then we have total discount. Okay, we have total discounts. So I'm using auto correct to assist me, plus, so use form group. Okay, so this one we close div, and then we use discount, total discount. Okay, then we have the next one is let me check, total discount, then a tax. Okay, we have tax, we have tax, can say tax is let me see. So we have the total amount, we are going to use number, not text. Let's use number. Total amount, total discount, we use number. Total amount, we also use number, we don't use text there. Then here we are at the tax, we also use number, because we are going to use the 16%, 14%, whatever the tax it is. So we are going to just leave it open for individuals to make entry of what tax they are charging. Okay, so the next one here is let me, after tax, let me see what we have. Yeah, after tax we have net total is deleted. Those are going to be automatic. So net total we are just getting from the calculation we are going to make, so we don't need to put that here. Okay, or we can put it just to pick, but I don't see we are going to put it somewhere else. Okay, during edit is when we are going to use that. So let's find this. If it's okay, now we can submit data. Okay, so when we come back here and refresh our page, we can see that now we have this table fully populated. We can select any customer, we can select date is not that good, I don't think we can use that. So date, we can use the date of today as per now. So we can say the total amount that is being paid is 3,000. We can say the total discount that they are getting is 200, because it's a fixed rate, then the percentage tax is 16. Okay, so when I submit this, I'm expecting to get something in the database. So but because we've not created that, let's create this class called store. Okay, the class store. So we have class store, and in store we request from the form. So we use request. Okay, so let's see, what do we need to request? It's the customer ID. So we have customer ID. Let's just finish this and then we dd, so see what we are requesting. Okay, so dd request all. Okay, dd we have dd somewhere. I don't know why this is now giving me, but I can just copy it from here like this. So when we come to say submit, we are getting something like this. Okay, so we have the customer ID for date, so we are going to store customer ID here. Okay, so no worry, date, total amount, discount, and then tax. So let's just get these things and then we do that. So we have, first of all, we have save. Let me just remove dd for now. So we are going to say save invoices model, then we save customer ID request. So let's use stream function. We use stream customer ID. We use this. Okay, we have invoice date. Okay, so we use, let's copy this, invoice date, trim. So we use total amount, okay, sure that everything is okay, otherwise then we have the total discount there. So put here total discount. I think let's just remove this total discount. Okay, then we have tax. Okay, so tax is also being saved, but there are some calculations that we need to make. Okay, so we have tax, which is okay now, but there are some calculations that we need to make up here, okay, for us to calculate the net total. So let's just say get the form inputs. So we are getting form inputs. Okay, then we are saying total amount. So let's just use total, let's use this total amount. Total amount is equal to request input. Yeah, we are going to use request, then instead of this direct, we say in inputs, input, then we say total amount. Okay, then here we also say discount, total discount. We are going to request input total discount, whatever you're seeing here. Then we are also going to request the tax, because we need to use tax. Okay, so that now when it comes to calculation, so we say calculate total amount, or we can say net total, calculate net total, whatever you want to call it. Then we say net total. Okay, let's say net total, net total, net total is equal to net total. We are getting is equal to total amount, not the input, but is equal to total amount. We say total amount minus total discount plus tax, just that what we have there. So we say is equal to let's just say is equal to minus total discount. Okay, minus total discount, and then net total also is equal to net total plus not really, net total will be net total plus, let's put it's like net total plus tax times net total. But you remember tax here is over 100, okay, because we are using our 100 percentage, so it is tax over 100 times net total. So this one is equal to total discount. Okay, so it's minus, this is plus. Don't confuse those things, and please watch carefully if you don't do that. So let's get total now. So our total, net total, is coming down here. Let's just put it somewhere down here as save. Okay, so save net total. We are saving net total, which is equal to net total. Okay, yeah, I think we are up to that point together. So let's just try to save this data now by refreshing. So I think we've removed the everything. So let me refresh this and send. Yeah, we say the invoice is added successfully. When you come here to refresh the database, we can see that we have one record. We can see that we have total amount, we have total discount, we have net total. This is when the 16% value has been added, and then it's deleted as not worked. Let's see why it's deleted as not worked, and I know the reason as to why it has not worked. So let's just put it manually 0. I did not put the value properly. So you come, it's deleted, come back to where it is, and then you assign this thing to not null but to value default 0. So you say here 0 is equal to not deleted. Okay, 1 is equal to deleted, right? So you save that, and now everything will be just fine. So with that marks the end of my tutorial. In our next tutorial, we are going to see how to edit. We are going to see also how to list, edit, and delete. Thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe, and like. Leave comments at the comment section. Bye bye.